Welcome everyone to 7 Minutes or Less, talking about the shows you love and want to get into. Today we will be talking about Breaking Bad, Season 1. When Walter White, a mild-mannered school teacher, is diagnosed with lung cancer, he teams up with a former student he used to teach, Jesse Pinkman, to make and distribute crystal meth. All for money purposes, of course. All while Walter is neglecting to tell his family about his lung cancer. Being an overly qualified chemistry teacher with a second job that runs him down, a baby on the way that Walter and Skylar did not intend, and a teenage son who has cerebral palsy, these are all powerful reasons for Walter to financially set his family before he dies. In Season 1, Walter and Jesse realize their actions have severe consequences as they get a small taste into the criminal underworld. Walt's good intentions pave the way to hell in this short 7-episode season. When I first heard of this show, it was during the big hiatus Breaking Bad was having during its first part of Season 5. This being said, I've never had anyone recommend this show to me. So one day, out of pure whimsy, I decided, why the hell not? Started watching it, and I was hooked from episode 1. Only a few episodes have done that for me, and Breaking Bad I give mad props to for hooking me in from the get-go. And I gotta tell you, to those who know and don't know what this show is like, the devil's in the details. The devotion to family and the moral consequences to everyone's actions are seen in great detail. It barely leaves any stone unturned. When Walt or Jesse go through something so far as trying to obtain something or make something work, there's a level of intensity that brings about something inside you that makes you care. Not that you would tolerate violence nor condone breaking the law, but you find yourself fascinated by what is set up, the lies that are told, and the realistic consequences that become truly intensified as all this piles up. And this is where DEA Hank Schrader gets involved. Hank is Walter's brother-in-law and is a wisecracking, no-nonsense kind of guy. Once he learns of the blue sky meth circulating, this begins the investigation. Without knowing Walter's behind any of this, you watch how the story complements what you will see and already know, building anticipation of how will Hank find out about Walter. What will Walter do next? How will Walter and Jesse get out of their next situation that seems sure of defeat? Not to mention very sure that they are going to get caught. In Season 1, there's a few storylines I will say that are fine and add to the level of storytelling, but ultimately, I couldn't say Marie's shoplifting habits were an integral aspect to have, but ultimately necessary to keep that aspect a part of Marie for her character. But you can see how Walt's actions affect the people around him, whether he is there for the ultimate confrontation or not. All of these characters, from Walt, Skylar, Walter Jr., and to Jesse, Hank, and Marie, they all play a part that is tightly knit into the story. Season 1 holds a lot of great story beats, but my favorite is more towards the end when Walter White becomes the man that we know he's eventually going to be. Heisenberg. Towards the end of the season, Bryan Cranston eventually dons the bald head persona with a light mustache. It's when Jesse and Walter deal with Tuco, you start to see where this is all heading. But not with it becoming predictable. No, it's more like you realize these characters will always have to keep thinking on their feet. And Tuco is a wild card villain. Barely a flaw in sight, Season 1 of Breaking Bad holds to some of the best startup drama I'll ever see. It may not seem like much, may even feel like it's dragged out a little. Trust me, it's not. The details are here to set up higher stakes, retrospectively speaking. In the end, Season 1 is short and easy to get into. Walter and Jesse make meth once in the beginning of the show and deal with the ramifications of the dealers who have axes to grind, and Walter's family who become very intent on seeing Walter recover from lung cancer, not to mention dealing with Walter's behavior. The drama is small but poignant, the characters are dimensional but you don't know by how much yet, and the humor actually has some significance within the story between situational comedy and character nuance. This is just the beginning to a perfect show, and this season starts us off in fine style. With only one story element I see not completely necessary, a journey that sets you up to what it can be, but not what it is just yet, I'm gonna give Breaking Bad Season 1 an A-. minus. It's a great introductory season to this 5-season show. It has great conflict that will stick with you for sure. Alright guys and gals, thank you all so much for watching. I do hope that you enjoyed my review for Breaking Bad Season 1. If you have anything to say, I would love to know your thoughts in the comments. If you're new to my channel, check out my TV show and movie reviews. Turn on those notifications so you don't miss anything. I hope you all have a fantastic and wonderful day. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.